Good afternoon. You are in time for the lunchtime news. A very warm welcome to the broadcast. My name is Irene Mchuma Odem. On sign language interpretation this afternoon, we have Lensa Odingo. Let's interact on all our social media platforms at KBC Channel 1. All right, so our top focus this afternoon, residents of Masalani town in Ijara sub-county are embroiled in a land dispute with their counterparts from Hola in Tana River, accusing them of trespassing. The local leadership led by ODM nominated Member of Parliament, Mulhia Haran, and Masalani Member of County Assembly, Eunice Abdi, who visited the farm, noted that the residents have peacefully coexisted for a long time, urging them to be cautious when addressing land disputes. The community land that stretches from Shure Girls Secondary School in Masalani town to the banks of River Tana is home to over 1,000 farmers.
Where they've dug a ditch, probably wanting to put or to lay water pipes. And these are not residents of Masalani who've done this work.
Kiane hii farm tuangaliane na hii ndugu zetu wa jirani, assess kabla shida ijakuja, tutatue hiyo mali.
Traffic along Gitaru Ruaka Road in Kiambu County was halted for 3 hours by a section of residents protesting the expansion of the Western Bypass. It took the intervention of police officers from Kabete Police Station to calm the situation. The aggrieved protesters are demanding compensation for loss of homes and farms after they relocated to pave way for the project.
Kaenda mpaka kwa Kenya. Nikienda huko wakaniitisha namba ya bank ati watatuma pesa. Na kutoka wakati hiyo mpaka wa leo hawajatuma.
Nataka haki yangu. Pesa yangu. Mimi sitaki kitu ya mtu. Ile yangu nikule, nikikuba watoto wangu wajue mama yangu amekula pesa ya saba.
We want re-evaluation and also a compensation to be done in time because we don't want to wait for another 5 years for that to be done.
The Kenya Broadcasting Corporation Coast Region affiliate radio station Pwani FM's fans thronged the show Moto Lounge in Voi, Taita Taveta County for a cultural meet and greet organized by the station. The fans were treated to an array of cultural dance and folk songs and music from renowned music legends Mzengala and Freshly Mwamburi. Our Coast Region reporter Junei Karisa attended the night-long fete and filed this report.
The long-awaited Malaika Bango Night Festival was held in Voi, Taita Taveta County. It is held annually to celebrate the legendary Fadhili William, known for his hit song Malaika. Pwani FM, owned by the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, was a co-organizer of the day and night celebration. In the evening, fans retreated to show Moto Lounge in Voi Town to dance the night away. First on stage was the Kishawa Dance troupe with their famous Gonda Yabara Isanga. They were followed by a popular stellar hitmaker singer Freshly Mwamburi, who wowed the revelers. As the clock struck midnight, Pwani FM presenters surprised Bango hitmaker Mzengala with a cake as he celebrated his 88th birthday.
Yangu ni furaha tu kwa kuwa nimefika miaka 88 na bado najisikia naweza kujimudu kwa kazi zangu za muziki.
Thereafter, the band literally lit the stage with Bango music.
Tunaomba watu wazingatie tamaduni zao.
Wengine ni watu wazima wakiona vitu kama hivyo wanakumbuka zamani zao.
Pwani FM kuendelea na juhudi hizo kuhakikisha kwamba tunaweza kutambua utamaduni wetu.
Sijiweke nyuma. Tukisikia kitu kama hii leo hivi tujitokeze.
Hongera Pwani FM, na tunaomba iendelee na mpango huo wa kila mwaka kuja kutembelea na kutuangazia mambo yetu.
Tunasema shukrani sana kwa kuweza kutusikiliza na kutuenzi, na tunasema asante sana kama Pwani FM, na muzidi kujitokeza katika hafla kama hizi, manake ndio tunakuza vipawa vya kwetu. Na hapa Voi tunapatikana ndani ya 103.7.
Juni Karisambele from Voi, Taita Taveta County.
About 3,000 families in Kilifi and Kwale counties have received seeds from the Kenya Red Cross Society in readiness for the anticipated El Nino rains. 1,500 families in Garashi area of Magarini sub-county in Kilifi County got the seeds in a ceremony presided over by the Kilifi Deputy Governor Flora Chibule. The county government also offered additional seeds to the locals in the area and provided 3 tractors. Kenya Red Cross Society Coast Regional Manager Hassan Musa said they have also conducted training for residents in Kilifi, Lamu, Tana River and Taita Taveta counties on first aid and rescue operations to prepare them for eventualities.
Moja ya kitu ambacho tunafanya ni kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba wale waliokuwa katika kingo za bahari vipi wataweza kuokoa, kwa sababu si watu wote wanaojua kuogelea.
Tuna imani hizi mbegu hata kama zitachukuliwa zingine zitatoa mazao na zitaweza kuwasaidia kichakula, na tunajua hakika mara hii Kilifi tumepata habari kwa chakula, tulipata chakula kwa wingi sana.
Ni furaha sana kwa sababu tukizingatia kwamba sahihi kuna masuala ya El Nino ambayo yanakuja, lakini tunataka tuyachukulie sisi kama baraka, kwa sababu mvua ikinyesha tutachukua hizo mbegu tuzipande ili tuzidi kuwa na chakula katika majumba yetu.
Police in Vihiga County have mounted a major crackdown on illegal brew and seized 4,000 liters of changa and kangara. They also confiscated equipment used in brewing as well as gambling machines. Vihiga County Commissioner Felix Watakila said consumption of illicit brews has contributed to crime in the area and impacted negatively on education with increasing cases of school dropouts. A woman suspected to be running the illegal brewery escaped the police dragnets.
Wale wenzetu ambao wako na mazoea ya kuhusia vijana wetu bombaramu mataka kulevya kwamba siku zao zimehesabiwa na tutarudi nyuma, kwa sababu hata pombe imechangia ndoa nyingi kuvunjika katika kaunti. Pombe kama hiyo pia imechangia uhalifu kama defilement cases, robbery cases, assault cases, shops and house breaking, and even murder cases among others.
A section of Luo Nyanza leaders allied to President William Ruto have appealed to their fellow community members to embrace the development projects initiated by the Kenya Kwanza administration. The region, which has several leaders, emphasized on the yarn they have had for so long on advancements in various areas such as infrastructure, healthcare and economic opportunities. At a meeting in Kasipul, Homa Bay County, the leaders said remaining in the opposition would be detrimental to the development of their areas. They also called for unity amongst communities sharing a common border.
Let us be serious about what we believe in. And let somebody not tell you that anything is UDA, anything is in ODM, anything is what? Those political parties are not edible. Those political parties cannot bring any development. It is a government that means well, that brings development to its people. And that government is the government of President William Ruto.
Wakati ndugu yetu Raila amesema anataka mazungumzo, mmeona mazungumzo yamefanyika kule Bomas, na mmeona mambo yote baba na wanaazimio yale yote waliuliza, mmesikia yote yametatuliwa na wamekubaliana ya kwamba mambo yote baba alitaka imefanywa.
All right, glad you're watching the Lunchtime News. We are taking our first commercial break. We'll be back with more news, including business and sports. Stay with us.
Perfect family is not always what it seems.
Hapa hakuna mtu anaweza kunificha kitu.
When a father's past is revealed after his death, leaving his empire in the hands of his wife, son, daughter, and
I'm here to mourn my husband.
His other wife.
Ambazula. Usijaribu uniwezi mimi.
Who will get the castle?
You have rattled the snake.
The war of succession is on. Inca Siri starts October 9. Only on Maisha Magic Plus, channel 163 on DSTV, GoTV, channel 3.
Hayawi huwa. Rais aliweka ahadi ya kwamba ataleta universal health coverage. Nataka kualika tarehe 20 mwezi wa 10 kule Kericho County. Mje tujumuike pamoja na Wakenya wote kuhakikisha ya kwamba hii universal health coverage inakuwa launched. Karibuni sana.
Wait, I can explain.
You know, my shoulder, it was nearly dislocated.
I came here as fast as I could. You guys were in the north while I was in the south. Hey, I thought you guys were with a client.
I'm sorry, but I've decided that I'm not gonna do it.
To be honest, when it all happened, I was really terrified. But once you three arrived, I felt safe again. I was so fixated on the idea that this place would make me secure. But I just realized that if I sign this document, it might make things worse.
Are you insane, Olga? What are you playing at? You haven't interested me in a long time.
Ask your husband where he was this morning. I'm not crazy! I demand that you release me! Can't you understand?
What I have to tell you goes beyond just my feelings. It's something that I should have told you a long time ago. You have no idea how I regret not telling you before. Anibal and Olga were indeed lovers. He's the one who's lying, not her.
How long have you known this?
I found out soon after you both arrived in San Juan.
In Kenya, 9 in 50 children are stunted. That is to mean they are too short for their age.
It is only 60% of the babies that were enumerated and exclusive breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And you know the mother's milk is almost self-contained in terms of nutrients.
This week, we discuss childhood nutrition.
People living with HIV, they have children, they cannot breastfeed. Those children should be put on alternatives. We must come up with evidence-based policies. Policies that are based not on theory, but on research.
Make sure you tune in.
No
Kwa hivyo Bazenga unasema wewe ni mtu ya mbogi ya Ulolo.
Sasa wewe unaongelesha huyu mzee lugha gani?
Nasema tena timia ati nilisukuma wewe. Nikieleza mahakama, wheelchair yako ulikuja weka lock. Normally usipoweka lock itarudisha reverse. Ikarudisha wewe reverse, ikaende kaangusha wewe huko.
Orongo tupu. Wewe kazi yako ilikuwa umeletewa mgonjwa utibu ama uangalie kama ana marasmus ama anafanya vitu gani?
I was supposed to treat him.
Na mbona hukufanya hiyo ilikuwa unatakiwa?
Akarudi nyuma.
Sasa mimi nampelekeanga nampatianga msosi nampikia msosi vitu kama hizo.
Msosi nini?
Chakula.
Endelea.
Wewe ulisaliwa wapi wewe? Vitu kama hizo ujui.
Wewe endelea.
Umesema unaitwa Sylvester.
In short silly.
Silly. Silly.
Yes.
Mse, ukamleta hospitali.
Ndio.
Nikienda kumutibu, wheelchair karudi nyuma. Si ndio?
Hapana, no. Wewe ndio ulimsukuma. Sema ukweli ndio hii mahakama ikunyonge.
Let us go slowly.
Ni kweli, hiyo ndio kitu imebaki.
Kama ndio. Sasa mbona unajeka mbele? Mimi sielewi una wasiwasi wa nini? I mean, I'm very sure mmejipanga sawa.
Kwani ni nini na nyinyi? Mbona mnaingia room ya madem?
Sisi ni maafisa wa polisi.
So,
Leo faza. Uko chini ya ulinzi na unahitajika kuandamana nasi hadi kituoni.
Kwa nimefanya nini sasa? Nafsi yako itakuadhibu na hilo walijua. Wewe toka nenda zako bwana. Toka. Haya ndio unafanya nini? Uniue tena? Ama nikuue mimi? Tuje tuwe sote huku. Naonekana leo huna story. Wewe usijete na mtu.
نسمع اسم النبي لازم نصلي عليه اللهم صل عليه.
Kama Allah amekupatia uwezo wowote ule uko nao, basi umeabikum min ni'mat fa min Allah, chochote unacho katika neema ni kutoka kwa Allah. Ile neema Mwenyezi Mungu aliyokupatia ndugu yangu, itumie kutangaza tauhidi.
Katika Qur'ani, katika suratul Fajr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anasema kuwa wakati mja anajaliwa neema ya kuwa na mali, basi mja yule huwa mwenye kujifakhirisha sana na kusema kuwa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala amemneemesha.
على شهرتي قالوا لي خرجتي في ظلام وعليا سويتي.
KBC Channel 1 magazine programs strive to disseminate news and information.
Welcome to happening in the world of entertainment
and achievements of individuals navigating through life.
Be part of the intelligent conversation.
Papa KBC Channel 1 related to the interest of Kenyan public on various subjects of national importance.
Asigaribu tujifunze.
Keeping you up to date with the latest tech news,
challenges and remarkable stories of individuals with disabilities.
And you have a say.
Our magazine programs empower communities with words for conversations and a common language to approach the world.
For your infotainment needs, we have a great range of programs.
Glad you're watching the Lunchtime News. Welcome back. Now, 30 students from Amabuko Mixed Secondary School in Masaba South Sub-County, Kisii County, have been admitted to hospital after suspected food poisoning. According to Masaba South Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Evans Monda, the cause of the sudden outbreak is yet to be known, although samples have been taken to Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital for testing. The school's principal, Rawlings Juma, explained that 30 out of 120 students admitted to the health facilities had complained of diarrhea and stomachache.
We are moving all around to the facilities where they were admitted, and we are going to ensure that they are getting the right medication, and then so that they can recover and come back to proceed with their studies.
But I'm happy that our medical team moved in so swiftly
and they have contained actually the situation. Some of the students have already received medication and they are back to school and they are on with learning.
Nashukuru shule na management yake. Sasa imefanya shughuli mzuri kwa sababu huyo watoto wote wameshughulikiwa, ingawa wengine wao katika shule hospitali.
All right, let's cross over to the county of Kericho, a region that is expected to this year host the Mashujaa Day celebrations. Friday it is, and today Simon Achola is on the ground. Achola, good afternoon.
Well, thank you very much, Irina Mchuma, there back at Broadcasting House. We are actually at what everyone else here calls the historic Kapkatet Stadium, and this is the venue of this year's Universal Health Coverage Conference. And this, of course, this is a side activity that is ongoing, the build-up to this year's Mashujaa Day celebration. Of course, yesterday, the UHC conference was officially opened by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. However, today, there are issues that are actually being discussed, and on table today is the issue of digitization of health systems in the country, and of course a number of issues are arising from that discourse. Key among them is, of course, the security of data of patients that actually be streaming in various hospitals across the country, and the discourse has been around in terms of the regulation of policies and systems that will ensure that indeed this data is protected, and also they are also discussing the issue, especially the safety of the data when it comes to sharing with various partners, and especially when patients are actually seeking medical attention outside the country or from different institutions, in these different health institutions, from the institutions they first sought treatment from. The other issue that has actually been on course is the issue of ensuring that Wanjiku can actually understand the need to actually digitize data in various health institutions across the country, and how they will actually navigate in terms of ensuring that indeed the common man at the very basic level of the community structures understand and embrace the need to actually have data collected. So far, Irene, what is also coming out is the fact that different institutions in the country have different data on various ailments, health and health conditions, and what have you, and they are talking about the need to actually converge all this data so that then the country can actually work on policies and address issues based advised from the data that is actually available. And case in point, there's one speaker who actually talked about the issues that we get on a daily basis in our media. In the media, there are a number of issues that actually come up. For instance, someone saying today that about 100 people die daily in the country out of accidents. Another person also coming up and saying that another 100 people die daily as a result of cancer. And another, of course, statistics coming up that another hundreds of people actually die because of HIV and related cases. Then cumulatively, when you put together, you find that this is quite a high number, that probably in 10 days or a month, then we are not supposed to be having anyone in Kenya. But what they are talking about is that they need to actually ensure that they digitize data so that then there'll be no duplicity of information from various health facilities or where people are actually trying to get information. The other key issue, Irene, just as I wound up, is the issue of digital infrastructure. They are actually calling on the government. The government has actually spelled out its program in terms of ensuring that they lay out the infrastructure needed to ensure that there's a digitization of health facilities, but more importantly also that indeed the infrastructure that they're actually putting in place is able to actually accumulate or accommodate all these facilities and all the information that is actually needed. Key other thing that they've actually talked about is standardization. One speaker actually talking about the need to ensure that the standards must be put in place so that then when one institution is actually talking about malaria, another institution also talking about the very same ailment, the information must be in tandem so that then, of course, it does not cause confusion and put those who actually want to use the data at a crossroads in terms of actually deducing what the data means. So basically, Irene Mchuma, that is what is actually happening on today here. And of course, the next speaker is PS Kisiangani. Of course, we'll be keeping tabs on exactly what he will be talking about. And of course, no doubt, we'll be feeding our listeners and viewers in our subsequent bulletin. Back to you, Irene.
Thank you, Achola Simon, taking part in the Universal Healthcare Conference in Kericho County ahead of the Mashujaa Day celebration. This year's theme will be coined around universal healthcare coverage, with the government aiming to ensure Kenyans get healthcare services at their doorsteps. Now, in other news this afternoon, President William Ruto has reiterated Kenya's readiness for business partnership with investors. The president, while addressing an investors roundtable organized by Kenya Investment Authority and Kenya-China Chamber of Commerce and Industry, said Kenya's strategic location, rich history of stability and overly revolutionary technology have turned the country into one of the world's top investment spots. During a meeting with Li Shi, a senior member of China's Communist Party Political Bureau, President Ruto revealed that they agreed on creating a conducive environment for Chinese companies that will undertake projects including road construction, railway expansion, and airport modernization.
China's business community is fully attuned to Kenya's immense potential as a dynamic and most highly promising destination in our continent. You will be familiar with the saying that if you want to go fast, you go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together with others.
Welcome to Channel 1 Business. Human resource professionals are calling for improved career guidance and counseling services to help planners make informed decisions about their careers. Speaking during the signing of an MOU with KCA University, Human Resource Professional Management Examination Board CEO Nicholas Kanisa said there is need for enhanced mentorship and apprenticeship programs to help bridge the mismatch between what students learn in educational institutions and the skills employers are demanding for in today's job markets.
Skills which were missing in our original curriculum, facets like human resource accounting, topics like HR audit, topics like metrics and analytics. So when we revise the curriculum, we input these critical units so that then those who are being certified will come out with the skills that are geared towards addressing the needs of industry.
That it will enhance our relevance in the marketplace so that there won't be any mismatch between our curriculum and what we are producing for the market out there. So recognition of prior learning is well entrenched in law. It's a question of sensitization and telling the public and all stakeholders that it's a pathway towards certification. However,
Kenya is wooing investors to buy a stake in various state-owned entities lined up for sale. National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Njuguna Ndung'u says the new Privatization Act that came into force early this month will expedite the process. The CS was addressing investors during the ongoing International Monetary Fund annual meeting in Morocco.
Last week, President William Ruto ascended the Privatization Bill 2023, heralding a new era in the privatization of state-owned entities. The act repeals the Privatization Act 2005, which has been blamed for the slow progress in state divestiture from various entities. National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Njuguna Ndung'u says the new law will make it easier now for investors to buy a stake in various entities lined up for sale.
Returns from you cannot appropriate returns from your own investment because it's eaten up by auxiliary costs. So it becomes very expensive. That's why you have left the scene when the World Bank is saying they're going to do a survey next year to understand why middle-income countries find themselves in a growth trap.
These include Kenya Pipeline Corporation, Kenya Energy Generating Company, various sugar companies, among others. Ndung'u says the revised regulatory framework will help improve the efficiency and competitiveness of Kenya's productive resources.
We want to come up with solutions that solves the current liquidity crisis, which is at the domestic level. The international markets are jittery just because what we have seen is tightening monetary policy, raised interest rates, and appreciated currencies in the West.
The new act seeks to establish the Privatization Authority while also removing the requirement for parliamentary approval for members of the authority. Frederick Muki for Lunchtime News.
Welcome to sports. Harambee Stars head coach Engin Firat has expressed confidence in his squad, saying the team is in good shape ahead of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers set to kick off next month. Kenya battled to a 2-2 draw with Russia in an international friendly match played last night in Turkey.
Stars coach Firat said Harambee Stars put up a spirited fight despite facing a highly fast European team. He said that Harambee Stars had a chance to win the game, but lack of concentration in closing stages of the match led them to conceding with a minute to go.
The sad part is that our goalkeeper Brian got injured. This is the most biggest problem we had today. So the rest of the game, I think we controlled. We had a lot of goal chances. We could also easy win. But it's football, and last minute Russia scored. And therefore, I'm happy with the way we played. But result, we could also win.
The Kenyan coach is confident that his charges are ready for FIFA World Cup qualifiers slotted for next month. Stars are in Group F alongside Gabon, Seychelles, Burundi, Ivory Coast and Gambia. Stars will play their opening match away in Gabon on 13th November. For Lunchtime News, I'm Sila Onyango.
England boss Gareth Southgate has stated that his current team is on a different side to the one that lost the Euro 2020 final and is optimistic that they will register maximum points when they take on Italy. Meanwhile, Liverpool defender Virgil van Dijk scored a 93rd minute penalty to give the Netherlands a crucial 1-0 victory against Greece in the Euro 2024 qualifying matches.
After a goalless first half, Van Dijk converted from the spot in the dying minutes of the game after Denzel Dumfries was fouled in the box to edge his team up second place in Group B. Following the win, Netherlands are level on points with third-placed Greece, but lead the head-to-head, having beaten them twice. If the Dutch now beat the Republic of Ireland and Gibraltar in their final two games, they will be guaranteed to reach next summer's tournament in Germany behind France, who have already qualified from the group. Greece have just one game left to play at home to France. Meanwhile, England's boss Gareth Southgate has stated that his current team are a different side to the one that lost in the Euro 2020 final and is optimistic that they will register maximum points when they take on Italy. It will be Italy's first match against England at Wembley since beating them in the Euro 2020 final, and a point will secure top spot in groups and a place in next summer's final for Gareth Southgate's side, while Italy's qualification hopes will remain in the balance.
Australia rugby team head coach Eddie Jones says he remains committed to the team despite their early exit from the World Cup. The Wallabies were knocked out at the group stage for the first time after defeats by Fiji and Wales, as former England coach Jones also denied speculations linking him with a return as Japan coach. Jones, who coached Australia from 2001 to 2005, was sacked by England in December. Rugby Australia has announced an independent review of the team's performance at the World Cup, but Jones said he sticks by his decision to select a young side and that it would stand them in a good stead for a home World Cup in 2027. Australia beat Georgia in their World Cup opener and Portugal in their final Pool C match, but defeats by Fiji and Wales left them third in the group.
I love the game, mate. Yeah, I love the game. I love working with young players. I love seeing some of the young players maturing during the World Cup, and some of them struggle, and that's all part of it. But I love the game and I love coaching young players.
All right, we have come to the end of Channel 1 Lunchtime News. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your time. My name is Irene Mchuma. On Sign Language Interpretation, we have Lensa Odinga. Good afternoon.
What we call big data analytics, artificial intelligence and machine learning, where you are using the system to predict a client who is likely to have an unfavorable outcome, and as a result of that you are able to intervene and ensure that that unfavorable outcome does not happen. Bwana Chiefgate, I really want to say that right now as we speak, this particular solution is already deployed in more than 2,000 sites in the country, and this is probably the largest public sector implementation of any machine learning initiatives. I think the next one, which is very, very exciting, and I can see the slides are moving faster than myself, is this particular component. Really what was launched yesterday, where we are beginning from the community app, and I think this is very, very powerful, because at the end of it all, the use of EACHs will enable us to track preventive and promotive services at the community level. And this is indeed a radical shift in focus from curative to preventive health services. Indeed, this is a game changer for Kenya, and we want to believe it will set a global standard towards achieving universal health coverage. The other thing that was launched yesterday is the Smart PCN, and I can see, maybe we can click next. So this is now the system that are deployed at the health facility level, and the most powerful thing here is demonstrating the connection from the community to the health facility, and at the health facility, regardless of what system you are using, at the end of it all, information is being exchanged across, and this is very, very important towards having a working PCN that ensures that the patient can be managed from whatever system that we are using. Next slide. So following the directive from the MOH leadership, the Directorate of Digital Health is already spearheading the development of a digital superhighway comprised of shared digital tools. And this is powerful, because for us to ensure systems can communicate, it's important that these shared utilities are available. So what are some of these shared utilities? We heard of the client registry, which allows us to identify who the client is across all systems, not just one system. If you move from this system to the other system, they know that they are dealing with this same individual. And this is indeed very, very powerful. We have taken more than 12 years to get here, to be honest. And I think that's a story for another day. But today, as I stand here, I'm very excited to say that the client registry is up and running, and there are a number of systems within MOH that are already using this. The next one is the health worker registry, the provider registry, so that at the end of it all, we know which provider is providing these services and whether they are certified or not. This is important to provide quality services to the client. The next two are the health facility and the community unit registry. It will help us to understand where these services are being provided. The next one is the health terminology registry, and the terminology registry standardizes language across systems so that if it's malaria in this system, we know it's the same malaria in another system, and that is powerful in terms of communication. And the very last one is what we are calling the national shared health record that gives a minimum data set that will allow continuity of services across most facilities. This highway allows seamless information exchange among healthcare systems in Kenya, providing the common mwananchi with comprehensive services at any facility that has a digital system. Indeed, Kenya stands out with the ability to really foster safe and ethical sharing of health data, which is going to be a pioneering effort demonstrating our commitment to healthcare innovation. The next one. Yeah, I know every time we talk of HIS, people are focusing on the S. A definition of HIS is just a system. But I really wanted to tell us that in HIS, there's an H and an I. The systems need to be at a level where they're able to generate information about the health of individuals and by extension, the population. And this is indeed powerful. So let's not just focus on systems for system's sake. The systems must help us to really manage better health and achieve good outcomes for all the clients that we manage. Next. So as I conclude, I would really want to appreciate the key stakeholders who have played a key role to get us where we are, especially in the health digitization agenda. First and foremost is the Ministry of Health and ICT for their visionary stewardship, exceptional coordination, and provision of a policy environment that has made this possible. The county governments, of course, for spearheading the implementation of digital solutions in their facilities. The US agencies, I think they played a key role, the CDC, DOD, USAID, and PEPFAR, for really helping us in the health digitization agenda, not to forget the dedicated teams from Living Goods, Luala, AMREF, and Medic Mobile for the support in digitizing community health services. Last and not least, our healthcare providers and patients who have embraced this digital solution, making healthcare in Kenya smarter and more accessible to everyone. We've come from far, we've achieved a lot, but I think the future is much, much brighter, especially with what we've been doing in the recent past. Asanteni sana, and I know time.
Thank you very much. Let's have Dr. Veronica Buto. After 5 minutes, I will be on stage. Welcome, let's welcome her with a hearty clap.
Our chief guest, PS Broadcasting and Telecommunication, extinguished guest, and all protocol observed. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Veronica Buto from Kitengela Sub-County Hospital. I'm here to share with you a case study of digitization in a health facility to show you that it is doable, and as a health facility, patients and healthcare, we can embrace the change and move on. First of all, I'll go to its introduction. Kitengela Sub-County Hospital is a level 4 hospital in Kajiado County, bordering Machakos and Nairobi County. We have a very high patient workload with a coverage of 60,000 population. On a daily basis, we see up to around 700 outpatient and inpatient, and the hospital also has both inpatient and inpatient. So first, I'll take you through the journey of implementation. Implementation of Afya KE in our facility was done in phases, and we did this so that we can be able to address the change management issue. First of all, we went to the county leadership. We had a meeting with the county leadership where we did a presentation and sensitization. After that, we started with change management at the facility level. This one took some time for about 2 weeks, where we engaged the health management team at the facility level. We had a series of meetings telling them the importance of digitization and how it's going to benefit the patient and give them a great experience in offering their services. After we are done with that, we did deployment and configuration of the system. We were lucky as a facility that before the implementation, our infrastructure was a halfway. The health IT, with the help of health IT, we had the cabling which had already been done. So as a facility, we were supposed to buy end user equipment, which we did. And we want to thank our county government because they allowed it and approved the budget. Though it was expensive at the initial cost, but the benefits is going to outweigh the cost of implementation. So as you see the framework, on 29th of November, we went live after the dry run on 25th. So the Afya KE system in our facility is end-to-end. It covers the inpatient and outpatient complete. It's paperless. Even in the maternity, it's paperless. Even the cardiac, everything we do is paperless. So as you see, the key characteristic is end-to-end, patient-centric, operational at the facility, multi-tenants, which means this system can be installed in our facility and other facility. And it is role-based, meaning that each and every healthcare person can only view what they are supposed to be. If you are at registry, you only view registration. If you are a clinician, you can only view clinical notes of the patient. So we go to what made us succeed as a facility, because as you've heard from most of our presenters, change management is an issue. First was the support from MOH and Kajiado County government. When we were doing sensitization, the healthcare workers were told digitization is the way to go and there is no option, and in case you don't want to change, you will be transferred to another facility. I'm sorry it was like that, but it had to be like that for it to be achieved. Then also another thing, the system was user-friendly. So it motivated the health staff to adapt to the system. So I'll go to the benefit of the Afya KE to the patient. That is one of our patients. They are being seen by one of our clinicians at the photo. So the Afya KE system has markedly improved the patient experience at our facility. This is due to various factors. There is improved quality of care. There is convenience, like one of the presenters said, you don't need to carry papers around. It is paperless. You only have to carry your ID every time you come so that you can be activated in the system. This has also resulted in reduced turnaround time, and also the cost of care has also reduced on the patient side. Wanjiku don't need to always carry the results of the X-ray and the lab. And there's no way you'll be told that, Mama, your results are lost, go and do another test. So this one has also improved. Then it has also improved the trust we have with our patients, because there is privacy. There is privacy of the data. You can only access to the data when you are an authorized person. What are the benefits of this system to our healthcare? I'm also a healthcare worker. I'm a doctor in the facility. What are the benefits of this system to me? The system has made us to improve the care we offer to our patients. This is because we save a lot of time. We don't need to do writings, and we only have to click on the patient and identify, and you are going to see all the tests you've done to the patient, all the visits the patients are done in the facility at various points. It has also helped us to reduce duplication of services. And another thing which this system has also helped us a lot is decision making. The system is web-based, which means that even if I don't have a computer at the facility, so long as I have a smartphone, and I've installed the system, I can always consult with my colleagues, and I don't need to give all the history of the patient. I'll only give the name of the patient or the unique identifier, and my colleague will be able to help me make a decision and support the patient. So that was the graph you see is the workload, which has also increased in our facility due to the installation of system. This one can be attributed to good capturing of data, compliance in reporting, and it can also be attributed to many patients coming to the facility due to efficiency. So we also narrow down on the benefit of the system to the facility as a whole and the county government. The governor has told us that there are many projects which are being run by the county government, and finance is the key. So this system also has made us improve in our collection. The first time we installed the system as our facility, we were collecting 1.5 million. When we installed the system, the next month we collected 3.4 million. And our graph has been going up in collection. So the digitization of healthcare, however, it is costly at the initial implementation, but you will find that at long run, it will be an advantage to our government and even to service delivery. Another advantage also is commodity management. As a government facility, I know we always have issue with commodity management where there is a lot of wastage. The system has an inventory, so all our commodities, when we receive them and dispense, is through the system. This has made us to really reduce the cost we use in commodities every day, and we can even ascertain the amount of drugs we used, where they have gone. So we also had challenges when we are doing the system implementation, and one of them was infrastructure. As you are told, you need internet connectivity, you need end user equipment, and you need stable power. So in the infrastructure, what we did, with the support of the county government, we were able to get end user equipment, internet connectivity, we were able to contract a private provider, and now we have two, so that when one goes down, the other one can be used. Also, we had a challenge of basic digital literacy. When we implemented the system, for our part, we used to have workers who even refused to look at that computer. They told me that, Charlie, I'm not accepting it. Some even have to force their fingers to type, because they are saying they have never used a computer and that is the first time they are using. So it was a great journey, but being persistent to change and having the vision, we were able to manage. So my take is that as we do the digital health bill, and also for our health workers, we must insist on digital literacy, basic digital literacy, to enable us realize the implementation of digital health. My take-home note is that it is doable, and as healthcare workers, we will embrace it because it improves our work and gives us a lot of time to be able to serve our patients better. Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry. Thank you very much. Give her a round of applause. I'm so sorry. I'm also working on the concentration of the audience because of the time. I will ask Mr. Brian Rechman, the PEPFAR coordinator, to come and speak about the role of development partners in health digitization. 5 minutes, sir.
Thank you all. Let me just say all protocols observed with all respect to PSs, governors, and all of the esteemed guests here. I'm very honored to speak at this digitization session on behalf of the development partners. Speaking from years of experience of working with PEPFAR, one thing you really need is reliable data. And that's really at all levels, the individual level, the community level, county level, and national level, and global level. It's glad to hear acknowledgements that this morning of the work that PEPFAR has done over the last 20 years in Kenya. And I'm glad to be that we're recognized as pioneers in this digital health space. The role of development partners in health digitization is to continue to work with the government of Kenya to achieve its mission towards the development of comprehensive integrated digital health information system. The development partners will lead with the government of Kenya to collaborate towards building a comprehensive digital system that captures all health data from service delivery level, from all service delivery levels. This system should enlist all individuals in households, in health facilities, and health facilities from entry to exit. And also it should perform disease surveillance. That system should also provide patient-level data and at all service delivery points and facilities. It enables patient and specimen transfer, and clients can interact with the system themselves to be able to see the data for themselves on their own health. The digital system that would provide a comprehensive statistics and reports to aggregate all service delivery sites, aggregate all levels of health care, and provide reports, analytics, and visualizations for all levels, and also provide commodity security. The development partners are also would like to continue to work and collaborate with the Ministry of Health to build integrated systems that are integrated both at the state and non-state databases to inform decision-making across community and facility levels. That would include ECHIS, KEMSA, NHIF, or the new iteration of NHIF, banks and M-Pesa, EHRs, and also special services. The interoperability is really key to making this work. So development partners will continue to work and collaborate with the Ministry of Health to build interoperability between health systems that are patient-centric and compliant with the Data Protection Act, and also data health governance. Building that interoperability between community and facility-based digital solutions is really critical. And interoperability between EMRs to both include the community and facility data to make informed decisions will be key to moving forward. The last piece I'd like to talk is on data health governance. Development partners will continue to work and collaborate with the Ministry of Health towards data health governance framework. Welcome, CS. So we will continue to collaborate and finalize the data health governance framework for Kenya and continue to collaborate and strengthen the Kenya Health Master Facility List and the Kenya Health Enterprise Architecture. Thank you, and I look forward to continued exciting sessions. Welcome, CS.
Thank you very much. A round of applause, please. Welcome, CS Health. We are now going to the final bit of this session. I'll be inviting the PS Medical Services. I'll be inviting the PS to handle the remaining bit so that you can have the CS and the chief guests be able to address us. So PS, please come and handle the final bit of this program. A round of applause for me for playing my role. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause for Dennis. He's done very well. He's kept us really engaged. Our chief guest of today's session, our colleague, Professor Edward Kichangani, who is a PS for Information and Telecommunication, Broadcasting and Telecommunication. Our Cabinet Secretary who has joined us, Mija Susan, our governors present here today, Wesley Rotich, Kangata, the Deputy Governor Kiricho, my colleague PS Mary Mdoni, senior members, chairs of the sagas. I want to say good afternoon. I know we are now used to the climate of Kericho because in the morning it was the sunshine was there, very nice, everybody wanted to come out. After a certain time, and it goes with that time, that by this time, between 1 and 2, it must rain, and that's Kericho for you. So all of us are now getting used to the climate of Kericho, and again I want to say thank you so much, the people of Kericho, for welcoming us. We've had our enjoyment. I think the exhibition has been going on very well, and the attendance is very well, Madam CS. I therefore want to run you through this program within a short time so that people can have time to go and participate in the exhibitions. Allow me to give this opportunity to Deputy Governor for Kericho County to come again and just give us assurance and welcome us and tell us more. Maybe we don't know in the evening what will happen. So we need to know more. Welcome, Deputy Governor.
Thank you very much, PS. The chief guest for today, PS Information Broadcasting, Cabinet Secretary for Health, all protocols observed. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you for today's session. As a county of Kericho, we are really privileged to host this event, to host the Mashujaa Day that is on 20th. And this has actually given us an opportunity to have you here. And we are very, very grateful because as a county, we are privileged to host this year's Mashujaa Day, whose theme is universal health coverage. And we'll be looking forward to having this bill signed on Friday by His Excellency the President. So we are really, really grateful. And we're asking you that you explore this county. I know it is cold, but you bear with it. That is why we have the tea that you drink every day, and we're asking you to take a lot of tea so that you can get out the cold. So thank you and feel welcome. Thank you very much, Bwana PS.
Thank you, Deputy Governor. I think we've put in the secret that why it rains is because you must take tea in the evening. So today, everybody is invited for a cup of tea. Sample the tea of Kericho. We've seen it. It's so beautiful. But it says it must rain for you to take tea. Thank you so much, Governor, and thank you for your hospitality here. Allow me then to welcome the Governor for Elgeyo Marakwet, Wesley Rotate, to give his remarks.
Thank you so much, PS. Our chief guest, Professor Kisiangani, our CS Health, our PSS who are here, head of government departments, our partners, our healthcare workers who are here. Good afternoon. I'm here in my capacity as the chair of the Council of Governors ICT Committee to deliver a brief speech on this journey of digitizing health. I was a deputy governor in the previous dispensation, and this was my passion. And when I became the governor this last year, by the virtue of being the youngest governor, I think I was given that chance to head the digitization or the ICT. And my first job that I had promised my colleagues was I'm going to ensure that we have two things. The first one is to have a uniform revenue collection system and to have a health system for all Kenyans, which is unified across the country. We were doing it differently from COG because we wanted it to happen because every county was buying a disjointed system everywhere and doing different things everywhere. And when we met with CS Health and she was telling us what she was doing, I thought she was joking. By the time we were going through the digital health bill draft, I realized it was a serious business. I'm very happy to be part of this transformation journey, and it has happened in my lifetime, first as a governor, and secondly when I'm still alive, because this has been the biggest problem for all Kenyans. When you go, it's very frustrating to go to an hospital, to be taken through CT scan or X-ray machine twice in less than a week. because the doctor does not have any information about your ailment, because you've traveled from Western Kenya to Nairobi, you have to go through the same system again. But with this now, everybody will be having the information, and it will be very easy to even look at your history. The treatment and the experience will be different. As governors, I want to promise this conference that we are going to support this. I want to appreciate the Ministry of Health team who have been on this and tell you have our total support. The marriage of technology and healthcare in the form of digital health innovation has paved the way for a remarkable progress in patient care, healthcare accessibility, and even cost efficiency. From telemedicine and wearable health devices to health data analytics and AI-driven diagnostics, these solutions have significantly augmented the quality of healthcare delivery and patient outcomes. At some point, I had actually looked for a provider in a country called Turkey, and I was asking him some questions. I was asking him, how can I know the prevalence of a certain disease in my county? How can I know that a certain section of my county suffer from a certain disease, so that I can have targeted interventions, not general interventions for everything and waste resources? And when this came out, I was actually interested in machine learning and AI, so that it can be possible for research and for even evidence-based decision-making in healthcare. Because as you speak, no one tells you, we are doing trial and error in almost everything, especially in our policy making and interventions in the health sector in Kenya. I am the most happy person here today, and I don't want to say much. We only have few challenges. Challenge number one is connectivity. I have told my colleagues, including my able deputy or vice chair Kangata in the committee, that we want to make sure every county gives free way leaves to any organization which want to lay fiber optic. It does not help for me as a governor to charge small revenue, probably $1 million shillings or 500,000 shillings, to a company laying fiber optic cable and deny my people health services or deny my youth job opportunities. We have said we want to waive that so that internet can penetrate. The second issue is capacity building of our health workers. We have a challenge there. All partners in this room, please help us at the Council of Governors to ensure that we train all our health workers to understand what it is to be here. Even this law that is coming, we need to make them understand so that they can own and ensure that we have this thing work very well. Another challenge we have very few IT experts, and it's the reason no one has ever told us. It is the reason why we've been very slow in this digitization journey. Few people believe in it because we have few experts. We still need to train, especially those ones who will understand this healthcare system. So I want to say those are some of the challenges that we may be facing, but of course I have experience as a governor when I started this in my referral hospital. The first people to actually frustrate the process is actually our health workers. I don't know why, because I realized it is a very easy system to use, because even a doctor, you can just click in the unique patient number and it brings up the patient records instead of you going to look for a file. We need to tell our health workers to accept this so that we can be able to move very fast. Otherwise, from my desk as the chair of ICT, I will support this program to the end to ensure that Kenya moves to the next level and we become a trailblazer. At the Council of Governors, we have something called knowledge management, where we deposit all success stories. I can't wait, as the chair of that committee, to go and deposit the digital health experience of Kenya so that the entire world and the entire region can learn from Kenya. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Another round of applause for Governor Wesley. The assurance the governor has given us is that this digitization will be implemented in the counties, and they are ready to implement in the counties. So, Madam CS, you can see now that once you roll out, once this digital bill is enacted in an act of parliament, then your job will be done. In terms of delivery, you will have delivered UHC for this nation. Allow me then to take this opportunity to welcome our Cabinet Secretary to give a few remarks before inviting our chief guests. Welcome, Madam CS.
Thank you. Our chief guest for today, Professor Kisiangani, PS for Information, Excellency Governor of Elgeyo Marakwet, Governor Wesley, Excellency Governor of Murang'a County, Governor Irungu, Deputy Governor, our development partners present, our sagas present, senior ministry officials present, good afternoon. I am very happy this afternoon to be hosting you all for day 2 of our celebrations. And I would never be happier than when we are talking about digitization. Because as somebody who is in charge of the ministry, I know that through digitization, we are at least going to be able to have real-time data that we can use for decision making. Many often, we have not met expectations on many fronts of healthcare. And it is because we have been relying on either no data, or inaccurate data, or outdated data. But with this digitization, I believe we are going to make the right decisions, informed choices, because we shall have real-time data. We have an ambitious target to ensure that we have an interoperable system to create a health digital superhighway, where everyone that is providing healthcare can connect to, where health workers can connect to, those providing commodities can connect to, those providing health financing can connect to. It is an ambitious target, but I know that together with my team at the ministry, being led with Dr. Langat, with support from partners, I am sure that we are going to achieve this ambitious target, and we have a plan for what we intend to achieve in the short term, in the medium term, and in the long term. So mine is to ask all the partners present to support us on this journey. It is going to make your work easy. It is going to make my work easy. And I want to thank you, Governor Wesley, for confirming that as COG, you are on board. Because this will equally make us be able to communicate. And as you are very well aware, we have finalized on the digital health bill. Actually, we expected that the president should be ascending to it on Thursday into law. In there, we have ensured that we are taking care of the privacy of data, that there is limited access or guided access. You are only given right to that which you need to know or ought to know. Governor, we have equally ensured that each of you governors will have access to the data that belongs to your county. So once that bill is in process, and I believe enactment will be on Thursday, we should be able to move along very well, having protected the privacy of people's data. And I believe that is going to be a game changer. It is going to be our springboard in terms of what we want to do to ensure that we have full traceability, full visibility in what we do in healthcare. So thank you very much for the support, and thank you, Professor, for coming to represent Waziri Owalo. I know he's out of the country, but I'm confident that you are able to represent him well. Asanteni sana, and God bless you.
Before I do the salutation, I would like to make one thing clear. Why the CS was not able to do what he was supposed to do initially is because we as PSS are supposed to be inviting her to speak rather than her inviting the PSS. But the explanation for that is that I'm here to represent the CS, my CS, who is the chief guest. So it has caused some breach, and I ask you to bear with us. So I think it's important to note that so that you don't probably speculate that something is wrong. So our distinguished CS Health, Susan Nakumicha, the governor's president, led by the deputy governor, hosting the event from Kericho, governors Wesley Rotich, Elgeyo Marakwet, Governor Irungu, Kangata, Muranga, and the representatives of other governors, my colleague PSS, Harry Kimtai, of course, medical services, Mary Muthoni, public health and professional standards, and all protocols observed. May I thank you for coming and go straight to deliver the message from my principal secretary, my cabinet secretary, who is away in Rwanda for official duties. So I'll not tire you with the salutations, but I will go straight to what I'm supposed to do. I think we are all in this, and I want to thank you for coming here, but to also invite you to note that the Kenya Kwanza government has adopted the thematic approach to accelerating these national holidays that we have here, so as to pick on certain themes that are important for the Kenya Kwanza government in general. The dialogue on digital healthcare is crucial, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, because it's crucial to our conversations about the welfare of our people, especially in the context of the unfolding world order that hinges on the fourth industrial revolution, which is defined by the digital explosion. The significance, ladies and gentlemen, of the health sector in our national life cannot possibly be overstated. The founders of our nation knew 60 years ago that healthcare was one of the three pillars of a government that is concerned with the welfare of its people. Apart from healthcare, we have the two other pillars, the pillar of education, which is represented by the war against ignorance, and the pillar for wealth creation, which is represented by the war against poverty eradication. Ladies and gentlemen, in the 21st century, the interplay between healthcare and digital economy is becoming increasingly important. The world is moving away from the legacy platforms and the methods of doing things and embracing the modern digital platforms and methods. We are moving away from doing things the traditional way to more complex, ultra-modern platforms. The goals that we seek to achieve remain the same, but newer, faster, more efficient methods are necessary. That is where digital technology comes in. Nations that have fully embraced technology are surging ahead of everyone else. in all spheres of life, healthcare included. President William Ruto's bottom-up economic transformation agenda, which we call BETTER, has identified healthcare as one of the 5 critical pillars to be embraced for accelerated national development. The government has recognized the role of digital technology as the facilitator of its entire development agenda. Accordingly, ladies and gentlemen, we in the Ministry of Information, Communication and Digital Economy are in a very special place today as we generate and initiate efforts towards realizing the Kenya Kwanza Universal Healthcare Agenda, which of course is the focus of this conference. We have a vital role as a delivery agent in providing the digital economy with the necessary instruments to drive the digital healthcare. The starting point for us is the provision of the physical technological infrastructure. The ministry is currently rolling out 100,000 kilometers of fiber backbone infrastructure, targeting health facilities, schools, marketplaces, the judiciary, and other public institutions. Alongside this is the ongoing establishment of 25,000 public Wi-Fi hotspots. This was to be located in marketplaces, bus parks, and other public spaces. The government also intends, ladies and gentlemen, to provide 1,450 village digital hubs geared towards spurring e-commerce, the creative industry, and the digital economy. As you can see, 1,450 digital hubs mean that at least every ward in our country will have a digital hub. And it is in these digital hubs that digital skills will be taught and enhanced. Ladies and gentlemen, the government agenda is expected to fast-track past health initiatives in which all level 6, level 5, and some level 4 public hospitals have been connected to the digital superhighway. Ultimately, all hospitals, including level 3 and level 2 hospitals, will be connected to the digital superhighway. One of the main challenges that we see in the health sector in Kenya today is the lack of real-time patients records and data, which the CS has alluded to. We don't have real-time data. We don't have effective diagnosis and decision-making procedures. This has been aggravated by the slow adoption of digital health platforms. And this has continued to fragment, to silo our health systems, as well as to undermine our road to digitization. This stands out as one of the most critical areas that technology must address, and it is doing it. We see total digitization of health services as key in the achievement of universal health coverage. And by this move alone, ladies and gentlemen, we shall streamline the health information exchange systems and enhance care coordination for our patients. An interconnected digital health ecosystem is important because it will secure timely and accurate diagnosis and treatment, and accordingly contribute to equitable access to quality health care for all our citizens. To achieve digital transformation in healthcare, the National Health information exchange network has been envisioned as a crucial component of digital health superhighway. It will secure an efficient exchange of health data amongst healthcare providers across the country, and as well drive seamless communication in the sector. Ladies and gentlemen, the development of ICT, a robust ICT infrastructure is key to sustainable growth of the health sector. The use of ICT will accelerate the integration of e-health systems, some of which have been discussed here, including those that touch on telemedicine, e-learning, medical informatics, health informatics, telehealth, and information sharing in the health sector. And as you walked around the booth, you see really efforts to achieve that. Other aspects of strengthening healthcare institutions, including health management, information systems, and the use of digital financial services, including insurance and payment services, can be optimized and accessed through mobile phones, electronic cards, and vouchers. There is therefore need, ladies and gentlemen, to incorporate digital technologies, innovative solutions, and best practices in the health sector in collaboration with the Ministry of Information, Communication and Digital Economy, where I belong. These technologies include data, big data, which is now going on, AI, which is artificial intelligence, data analytics, medical robotics, cloud computing, and the Internet of Things, among others. Adoption of these technological innovations can enhance performance and provide a solid foundation for future advancements in the health sector. Adoption of digital technologies in healthcare also needs to factor in the securing of digital healthcare systems and infrastructure against cyber threats. Ensuring privacy of medical and patient data is also key to the provision of quality health to all through digital technologies. And that has been repeated here many times. All stakeholders in the health sector, including Ministry of Health, county governments, the Ministry of ICT, development partners, private sector partners, non-governmental organizations, some of them are present here, and all other relevant stakeholders need to work together, collaborate in providing digital infrastructure that will enable the digitalization of health services and the digitization of current health records. There's also need to remain awake to identifying and rolling out digital health solutions on an ongoing basis and taking advantage of existing national optic fiber backbone infrastructure.
Kenyans, I want to take this opportunity as the Cabinet Secretary for Health to invite you to Kericho County on the 20th of October, where His Excellency the President shall be launching